Hello everyone. I hope you all had an amazing winter break and that you're all ready for another exciting semester of Delve. Yay! As you all have already noticed, I'm not actually here. Due to my parents' ill health, I have to be in Dallas this month and can't be here in person for some of our lessons. But the show must go on, as they say, and you will have to bear with our strange lessons until January 31st when I get back. We're going to be we're going to be trying this format today. If this works well, we'll continue it. If not, then I will try something else next time. Either way, let Ashley know at the end of the lesson. Now that we've had a nice long break during which hopefully all of you have internalized all the lessons we've had so far, we're going to start another semester of AP English Literature. We have completely finished the mythology section and are going to move on to our first in-class novel, A Tale of Two Cities. We're going to take all that we've learned so far and apply it to our analysis of this novel. Because we are beginning a new section in class today, this is the only thing we'll be doing. In the following classes, Ashley will have other things prepared as well, so hopefully this will all work out and you guys will get some sort of variety. Well, hopefully. Anyways, before we start, let me give you some of my contact info. In case if you guys have any questions that you have for me personally or Ashley can answer in class today. Also, Ashley has all her contact info on board as well, so I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to write it all down. Alright, ready? Well, not that I can tell, but I guess I'm going to assume you guys are ready. Okay. Well, anyways, so far, we've just been learning about all the different ways we can analyze literature and have built an arsenal of stories and mythology that will help us in our quest to learn more about literature. Our knowledge reserve of mythology is important because it will appear over and over again throughout literature. Even though I've just said earlier that we were done with mythology for now, important to remember is that we actually are never done with learning, and it's just going to keep coming back and be available for us to look at in later things as well. So, in our effort to understand and decipher literature, we will use these skills that we've learned so far, build up on more techniques, and use it on the remaining works we will read in class for the rest of the semester. So for A Tale of Two Cities, it is important once again to revisit the motivations for studying literature. At the beginning of this class, we talked about what literature is and why we studied it. So, just to see that who was actually paying attention, let's have a little pop quiz, shall we? So, answer the following question. What is literature, and why do we study it? I will give you 5 minutes to think about this question. Remember, even if I'm not here to hear your answers, Ashley is. If you don't convince her of your answer, then bad things will happen. Well, just kidding, but let's see how you guys do on this. Well, I'm going to assume that y'all have given your answers right now. So, and I'm also going to assume that you had the following reasons. Ways to escape our world, understand different ideas, document our lives, tell stories. These are all different reasons why we study literature or why literature is even made. And all the things you said are true as well, and all these are true too. This is why literature is so interesting. There are so many explanations for why it exists and why we study it. It all depends on how you interpret literature. But before we get to the point where you can actually do this on your own and do it in an educated manner, we actually have a lot to learn about how to study literature. So, literature actually influences a lot of our life, as we clearly saw with mythology. So, again, let's see how much you guys remember over the break. Can you guys give any examples of how mythology has influenced us in our daily life? Well, here's some examples that I came up with. Companies like to use mythological sources to create a sense of wonder and excitement in their products. Here's just a few of the examples I saw. The Honda Odyssey, obviously taken from the Odyssey. It kind of conjures images of journeys and adventures. The word Odyssey does mean journey, but it's also based on the word Odysseus, and as you guys learned earlier when we read that myth. And so this kind of conjures up these images of journeys and adventures, and will inspire a certain image for the consumers when they buy this product, or will make them want to buy this product if that's what they're looking for. Also, look at the Nike shoe brand. The Nike shoe brand is actually named after the Greek goddess of victory. And so this may make the consumer feel like a winner even before they use these shoes, just by having such a well-named shoe, So these product names are very, very product names like to have a lot of mythological sources like this, because it kind of conjures up these not nostalgic feelings in people and is really, really exciting sometimes, as we've seen in these examples. Also, mythology even extends to our everyday sayings and habits. Take the expression of extending an olive branch. This sentiment spans centuries of tradition and was influenced by the mythology centering on Athena. As you may recall, the olive tree was sacred to Athena, as we learned earlier, and she is the goddess of wisdom, and in some sense, as we briefly talked about, she is the goddess of the aftermath of war. She is significant in the war process, but mostly in the aftermath of it. So, in past times, and opposing armies would want to signify their defeat to their victors, they would approach carrying the olive branch. And even today, saying the phrase evokes this feeling of coming in peace. I'm extending the olive branch so we can stop this fight, etc., etc. So, again, by knowing the stories behind these things, we can understand the significance of their existence. Now, I'm discussing mythology once again here to reiterate the fact that there are layers of meaning